I was born in a little place called Quiet Dell, West Virginia.
Sunshine, rainbows, green grass, you don't have to lock the door kind of neighborhood.
I'm one of 7 children that was born in Gallup, New Mexico.
I started work at an early age, and I wanted to be a soldier.
Joining the military, I knew at a young age, I'd say around 7.
There was always a parade in town. They always hung the flag on all the parking meters.
They had this red stripe down their trousers, and they were really sharp. I says, someday I want to be one of those. So those were U.S. Marines.
I envisioned myself as a conscientious objector, but when Pearl Harbor happened, I felt that it was not only my duty but my privilege to serve the country.
Although I was 13 years old at the time, but I finally took matters in my own hands and forged my mother's consent papers.
My feeling was I was born here in America and I'm going to be American.
9/11 changed everything. And I knew at that point that I had to dedicate my life to doing something about it.
I was liberated by the 11th Armored Division. This was something you never forget. I made a promise. If Lord help me, if I ever go to America, I'm gonna become a G.I. Joe.
When we hit the beach at Iwo Jima, we had about 278 Marines. We were down to 17.
When they hit my position that night, it was so dark, you couldn't see your hand in front of you.
We started hearing on the radio a whole bunch of shooting, chaos.
My primary thoughts were to do something to protect those folks on the beach.
Don't want to let any of those guys down. They're right there in the heart of the fight.
And at that instant, every means of communication to the outer world that we had was destroyed by the enemy. They had the manpower, but we had a greater will.
We had made up our mind that we were not going to be taken as prisoners alive.
I had Marines who were out of ammo and they were hitting these doggone NBA with entrenching tools and helmets and rocks.
These were my guys. When they hollered medic or doc, the job was to go.
Everybody there in that patrol that day thought they were going to die. You know, there's no way, stuck on this side of this cliff, that any of us are going to get out of here. But what I do know is I got 2 guys that need help. I remember getting up and running to him. It seemed like everybody in the valley was shooting at me. Tried to do everything I could until, he died there.
A lot of death that day, a lot of death. War is horrifying, it's not glorifying.
The worst thing that can happen to a human being is to have to take the life of another human being. But there is one reason that they can do that terrible thing, and they have and they will. That reason is you.
It's hard for me to convey how important freedom is. It's got to be re-earned by every generation. If you let it slip very long, it's gone.
There are times when war is necessary. And if we have to fight, we will. This is America. We don't turn our back on that.
Our values rise from within us. Compassion, integrity, all of us serving a greater good together, all of these things that are part of the American way.
It's a love for what this country has stood for. It's a love for what this country has done in the world for others.
I got a call from a sergeant telling me that my DSC had been upgraded to a Medal of Honor. And I told him I didn't deserve it. And he said, "It's not yours to turn down. This belongs to your men. You wear it for them."
I was not a hero, but I was among heroes.
8 of my brothers fought to survive for a place we had called home. And more importantly, they fought for their comrades. And in the end, they gave their lives. I will wear it with dignity and humility in their honor.
It's for all those soldiers that have served, wars past, to current conflicts, to future wars.
Everyone who left their life to come and be part of something bigger than them.
With the great honor comes a great responsibility.
In spite of the many different challenges we get, the United States has always been a country that has gone over and above to do what's right.
I'm just honored and grateful to be living in this great nation. If we have to fight for it, we will.
There's people over there right now fighting for us. Those people that did it yesterday, they're doing it today. And no matter where we're at, they're over there doing it again tomorrow. No matter how bad things aren't, they will continue. That's what makes America great.
Amazing. Man, that video got to me. Special prayer to everybody in charge of our military, man. God bless all of you. Hearing those words, I'm so proud to be with everybody tonight, and I'm excited about this next part of the program because I think it's the best part of the program. This is the time that we honor all of our Medal of Honor recipients. In 1861, on December 9th, there was a senator from Iowa named James W. Grimes. And he introduced Senate Bill number 82 in the United States Senate. And the bill was designed to promote the efficiency of the Navy by authorizing the production and distribution of medals of honor. And on December 21st, the bill was passed and 200 medals were authorized for production. And the bill was signed by Abraham Lincoln, he was the president, and that's how the Medal of Honor was born. It only seems fitting that as we pay tribute to the recipients that are here with us tonight, then we invite someone who can relate to Senator Grimes of Iowa. Senator Joni Ernst from Iowa is the first woman from Iowa to serve in the United States Congress. Yes. The first female combat veteran from any state to serve in the United States Senate. Senator Ernst retired from the Iowa Army National Guard in 2015 as a lieutenant colonel. And upon retirement, she had served 25 years between the Army Reserve and the Army National Guard. In the Senate, Senator Ernst serves on the Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee. Eat your vegetables. The Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee, the Environment and Public Works Committee, and important to us, the Armed Services Committee. She is accompanied tonight by her husband, Command Sergeant Major Gail Ernst, a retired United States Army Ranger, and her daughter, Livy. This is a true military family. From Red Oak, Iowa, please welcome Senator Joni Ernst.
God bless you. Please be seated. Please be seated. I am not near deserving of that honor, so I apologize. I came in a little bit late this evening. We did have a couple of very important votes on the Hill, and so I do want to offer my congratulations to General Mattis, our new Secretary of Defense, and I also want to offer my congratulations as well to General Kelly, who is our new Department of Homeland Security Director. So I was absolutely thrilled to be part of those votes this evening. But as I was on the Senate floor, I was also very, very worried that we would see these votes extend a little longer into the evening. And the reason it was bothering me is because I had such a great opportunity to be in the presence of so many tremendous men. God bless you all. Thank you so much for your service. May God watch over you and your families. Thank you. As Drew mentioned, Senator James Grimes of Iowa introduced the legislation that makes it possible for all of us to be here tonight to honor our Medal of Honor recipients. Tonight, amongst us, we have 34 of the 76 living Medal of Honor recipients. And before I introduce them to you, I would like to say just a few words. To all of the Medal of Honor recipients and their families who have traveled with them, in coming here today, you are honoring all of us. There are many words that come to mind when I think of the acts of heroism conducted by the people in this room. When I used to lead young soldiers, I often spoke with them about the 4 pillars I strive for. Number 1, assuming prudent risk. Number 2 is leadership. Number 3 is service to your community. Number 4, and probably the most important to me and what I'm extending to you this evening, is an attitude of gratefulness. When you hear accounts of heroism, and you can read them in the program this evening, and I encourage you to do that, you will be awed. You will see all of these brave heroes carried out these 4 pillars and ventured into incredibly dangerous situations, again and again, putting their own life second to completing the mission, and whenever possible, saving others. Before I introduce our recipients, let me just say, please know that you serve as an inspiration to all of us who aspire to be better and to serve our country and others. And most importantly, you teach us that ordinary people can and do extraordinary things. In honoring you, we honor all who are on the front lines serving our country, and we also pay tribute to those who are no longer with us. At this time, I am going to introduce the Medal of Honor recipients who are with us. I will introduce them by conflict, and if you can, and I know it's hard, but if you can, hold your applause until all of the recipients from each conflict have been called. I would like to invite the recipients to stand when their name is called, if they would like to do so. From World War II, Herschel W. Williams. It's okay. From the Korean War, Ronald E. Rosser. From the Vietnam War, Benny Adkins. Donald E. Ballard. Harvey C. Barnum, Jr. Patrick H. Brady. Sammy L. Davis. Roger H. C. Donlin. Michael J. Fitzmaurice. Wesley L. Fox. Harold A. Fritz. Charles Hagmeister. Robert R. Ingram. Don Jenkins. Thomas G. Kelly. Gary L. Luttrell. James E. Livingston. Walter J. Marm, Jr. Melvin Morris. Robert M. Patterson. Ronald E. Ray. Gordon R. Roberts. James M. Sprayberry. Kenneth E. Stump. James A. Taylor. Brian M. Thacker. Leo K. Thorsness. Michael E. Thornton. From the War on Terrorism, Iraq and Afghanistan, Edward C. Byers, Jr. William Kyle Carpenter. Ty Carter. Iowa's own Salvatore Giunta. Florent Flo A. Groberg. William D. Swenson. Ladies and gentlemen, our country's Medal of Honor recipients.